First of all, congratulations to the movie.
Thank you.
A fun ride.
Thank you.
Amazing. Are you happy with the result?
We're very proud of the movie.
Thrilled? Good.
We're seeing it with an audience. I mean, I'm seeing it with an audience tonight for the first time with everything finished and polished and done. So I'm thrilled, but I'm also a little nervous about seeing it.
Because of the pressure of the success of the old ones, or what is it?
Yeah, it's a hugely embraced franchise. The first two were wonderful movies, very different from each other, but absolutely perfectly achieved. And then there were later chapters that were less embraced. So it's very you're very aware of the stakes in stepping into this. So yeah.
Okay. So we see Arnold in the first one as the bad guy, in the second one as the good guy, and now we see him as both.
Interesting.
That's, yeah. Why do you decided to do it that way?
Well, in watching Cameron's movies, it seemed that it was inappropriate and impossible maybe to do a Terminator movie without Arnold. So I think Arnold had to be in it. The other thing I sort of saw on display was that you had to do something new with Arnold. You couldn't just have him doing the same thing over and over again. So Cameron did it very powerfully by making him the villain and then making him the father figure, the hero. And in our film, I think we found a new take on the character, partly because of the passage of time, his new relationship to Sarah, his new relationship to his own technology. I really enjoy the fact that we're seeing this machine falter. There are times when you see him weakening, and you see him trying to make sense of that and cope with that. I find it, it's a new way into that character and new territory to explore with that character. And it's a source of humor, and it's a source of pathos and heartbreak. So I think we tried to do it again, to have him in the movie and to give him new territory to explore with the character.
Okay. Question to the producers, was it clear to have him from the beginning, or was it not clear?
It wasn't even a conversation.
There was no Terminator movie without Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. When we first were fortunate enough to get the rights to this franchise, the very first call we made was to Arnold. Yeah. And there was no version where we were making a movie without him.
To me, one of the most spectacular scenes are his opening scene in the movie, fighting against himself as a young one. How are you doing this?
It's good question. I'm glad you asked that question.
No, it's one of the most challenging scenes in the movie, and really creating a walking, living, breathing synthespian has very much been thought of as the holy grail of visual effects. And Terminator movies obviously promise groundbreaking visual effects. And our amazing visual effects team of Sherry Hansen and Yannick Surs and the team at MPC were able to recreate young Arnold exactly as he was in '84, entirely in CG. And Arnold, obviously, the way you actually do it is we found, obviously Arnold plays the guardian character in the scene, and we scoured the earth and found a bodybuilder by the name of Brett, who actually grew up worshipping and in love with Arnold, and was the only person on the planet that had a body that was almost as big as Arnold was back in the '80s. And so you shoot the scene with the two of them, cut it as you would a normal scene, and then CG really takes over and transforms Brett into the young Terminator that you saw in the film.
And Arnold spends a lot of time in various rigs to capture his performance, because he's playing the performance on both sides of the line. He's giving a performance as a young man, and also his performance at his current age to fight himself.